Get ready, fighters! Go for it, man!
Prepare to fight.
How many people were scared of her and did not really fight her?
Holy shit. Excellent.
Set it up. There it is, right on the point of the chin, and that's what creates knockout. One punch.
What's up, ladies and gents? This is another installment of the alexlexus Mugen Arcade Show. Unfortunately, Mr. Anomaly is not with us for this particular episode. I'm doing it in part since I'm taping it alone this week. The next episode, he'll be back and everything will be set up for y'all and whatnot. So he's taking care of some stuff. But in the meantime, what we're doing, what I'm doing this week is we're checking out King of Fighters. We're checking out Turtles in Time, Reshell, and I think there's another line. Marvel vs. Capcom. But I'm not gonna do a review too much on the King. That's gonna be on the rubber match, lobby match thing that we're adding to the segment, the show, because the game has been out for so long and it's been reviewed to death. So we're just gonna incorporate that into our little lobby session. All right. Now, I'm going to be mainly focusing on the King of Fighters and Turtles Reshell, and giving kind of like my little mini review on it. Also for Creators Corner, we're checking out a couple of new characters. Mainly the SF3 Dan, which was said to be the first SF3 Dan, but we know, myself and another project member for the Ascended, we had the first SF3 Dan, but due to that virus attack, Dan is no more. So, but anyway, we're just gonna look at that Dan, and we wish him a lot of luck on the project, and then we're pretty much gonna take it from there. All right. So again, it's always an evolving show. We're gonna try and incorporate new things into it. Okay. So you just hang tight. We're gonna check out King of Fighters. Stay tuned with him. But in any case, let's get this started. All right. Initial impressions of the game. It's a very solid fighter. As far as like the play mechanics, I like how they have their own response to the focus attack, where now instead of just using the two heavy buttons to do an attack, you can actually delay it, which adds a little bit more strategy to the fighting formula. And also there's like a little counter system similar to that of Third Strike, and it works really well, but you gotta time it, because if you don't do what you're supposed to, you're pretty much gonna get laced. Alright? However, outside of that, the game is light on features. That is a no-go. This is why Street Fighter 4 is pretty much the king right now, because you have training options, you have the anime cutscenes. This pretty much has no story. And according to SNK, we know that it's supposed to be a new launch for the series. Another gripe I have with the game is the lack of fighters. In comparison and contrast to past King of Fighters games, you had so many characters, so many combination of teams, where, with the cast of characters you have here, when you have 3-on-3, it kind of gets repetitive, and I don't think it was a smart move. But then again, I have to take into account that SNK did put a lot of effort into the quality of the game, so I think they shaved down the quantity and focus on the quality. All right. There's very few stages, fewer fighters. The soundtrack is not as good as past SNK King of Fighters games, and it just. But okay, let's focus on right now. The animation is beautiful. I have to say, it looks like you're playing moving anime, as I've said to Anomaly. But looking at the initial, setup, it's still like your classic King of Fighters. You got your roll, evade roll, and whatnot. And unfortunately, I have more negative things to say about it than good. I think just the sheer look of the game is carrying it enough. But the fact that it's all hand-drawn is amazing. But Robert Garcia is one of my favorites, so that's why I used them for this little display. Now, what I was referring to with the focus, you got this right here, and bam, and then you can let it go by using the heavy attacks. They also changed how you throw. It's not it's not the same anymore. But I mean, just the animation itself. If it was heavier on features, this could have easily trumped Street Fighter 4 without a doubt. But I mean, if it's something that in its current form, it should have been like an arcade thing. When you bring it to the consoles, definitely add something to it. So let me screw around with some of the supers. Max. And another thing with the critical combo, it's pretty cool what they did with that, because it's kind of like a custom combo system per se when you're hitting your opponent. Is this like your standard counter, like right here? Now, if they hit you with it, then you get a free hit. But the critical counter, I'm going to let you get the game so that you can actually see it. I don't want to ruin too much for you. You'll see it in combo videos or other videos. This is just a little review. You can do some pretty cool things with it. Very good effects you got here. Beautiful animation. Beautiful animation. I think that's, for me, is the best quality of the game. Other than that, it's too lackluster for me. Not only that, the fact that the online is severely jacked up, and the fact that they didn't test it outside of Japan didn't really help much either. So I'm gonna do one quick match here with some of my favorites. Character design. I would say the characters look pretty cool. That on par with Street Fighter 3. Only thing is like that some of them are too bulky, like Ralph and Clark. I mean, they seriously hit the juice between King of Fighters 2K3 and this game. Now, to me, King of Fighters 2003 and 2002, I think were much better games than this. But it's just graphically, this is superior. So here's a little match here. Now let's see if I can get. There's a counter. Now if I can successfully pull off a critical combo. But I like what they did with Robert. They brought him back to his basics. He wasn't like, in every King of Fighters they were changing them and whatnot. Alright, so we got Kim being a bone hole. There you go, with your, making me look bad, Kim. But, that's pretty much my thing. I'm going to give the game an overall 6. I'm sorry, they didn't do enough for me. It's light on features. The gameplay is great, the graphics are great, but that's pretty much it. It's not enough to hold my interest. So SNK maybe through future downloads, but I find that hard to do with hand-drawn 2D sprites. But I would say definitely for the next King of Fighters, look at what Capcom did with Street Fighter 4 and kind of try to follow that formula. Even BlazBlue has the story mode, has arcade mode, different things. The online is exceptionally good in BlazBlue. But as much as I love SNK games, I really think that it was ambitious. I give it a lot of credit, but they could have done a lot more. Alright, so without further ado, We're going to take a quick intermission and we're moving on to Turtles in Time.